welcome to a kind of a different sort of a Restoring Little Girl episode here. I can't remember, sometime, well, it was probably last fall when I started working on the toe reels. I was trying to extract a bung that had gone in kind of off kilter, and I was using not my normal pocket knife. I had an extra pocket knife in my tool box, and I got it out and I was using that, and as I tried to pierce the top of the bung to pull it out, the knife collapsed on me. Here's the little jewel right here, and cut the stew out of my finger. And I complain every time I go down to the Cape and I forget my knife, because it's my knife that I use all the time is one that I dearly love, and it is a lock blade. And I've talked about this twice in my videos before. I have a lock blade buck knife, and but this, which is a really nice case knife, was a gift from a friend of mine, a member of the church, and he knew that I was kind of into knives, and so he gave me this great blade, really nice blade. Got holes in edge tremendously. I've used it quite a bit in the past. I quit using it, by the way, after it collapsed on my finger, and just now I have blood all over the place anyway. So, but I would encourage you, if you're going to have a knife, and boy, if you're working on a boat, you need a knife, and all the time. I use my, there's not a day that goes by, even when I'm not working on my boat, that I don't use my knife. So anyway, this is a pretty decent little, let's see, what did I say it was? Yeah, it's a pretty decent little knife, and it works great, but boy, if you're going to be doing anything where you're going to have it to be pushing forward, cutting, pushing the tip forward into something, it'll collapse on you, and it's not good. So don't use a collapsible blade. First knife I ever bought was this little jewel, and I've used this a tremendous amount in violin work. I had a tiny pen knife many years ago that actually was an antique from my wife's grandmother's house, and it had a broken off blade, and that thing would hold a razor edge. And what I did, I sharpened it and kept it in my violin work box, and I used it all the time for needing to do some very delicate, fine cutting work. And boy, great little blade, and I've lost it, and I don't know where it went. It's a great loss to me. I bought this down in Alabama at a knife store, probably 30 years ago, and great little blade. It too has, by the way, has a broken off blade, and it too holds a pretty decent edge. Not well, that's pretty razor sharp right there. Anyway, so I use this because the only way that I ever use this is in cutting like this away from me and doing fine work. Sometimes when I have like a violin top, I'm needing to clean some of the glue off from something, I'll be holding it, and the blade is above on the surface that I'm working on, and my fingers are underneath. That works. That's a fine. That you're not gonna need to worry about cutting yourself that way, and a great little blade for doing that kind of thing. Though I'm getting to my good one, the one I use all the time. When I was down visiting Alabama, probably 5 or 10 years ago, my nephew, who is he and I just hit it off all over the place. We're kind of both tool guys. He is a certified, certified union electrician working on nuclear power plants, but he also just does a lot of things with tools, has a tremendous workshop out in his garage. But anyway, he was walking down by the Tennessee River one night, and he found this. This is a white stag blade, White Stag folding knife. The thing is overbuilt to the max. I mean, you cannot believe how, everything about this is heavy and powerfully built. The blades really have to work to get them out. Awesome, awesome blades on this thing. I mean, this is really, really good, top quality steel. I believe there are people who collect these White Stag blades. This is a 2-blade folding knife. Again, it is not a lock blade, and so I don't use it a whole lot. I've used it some on the boat, only in situations where I'm not going to need to worry about the thing collapsing on me. But really powerful knife. This is the one I generally would keep in my toolbox now, because it holds a decent edge. It's big enough and strong enough to do a lot of different things. And like I said, if you're not using it in a situation where it would collapse on you, you don't need to worry about it. And lastly is my wonderful little buck knife. I bought this for just 14 bucks. No pun intended. But I think I got it at a Gander Mountain or something like that down in Alabama. But I use this thing so much. This is my second one. First one I broke the tip on because I was working on my boat. Put the tip of the blade in a situation where there was some pressure on it, broke the tip off. I sent it back to Buck, and without any question, they just replaced it. And this is my second one of these. It's got a kind of a nylon handle. It's and it is a lock blade. I mean, you cannot collapse this thing under any circumstances. You just push on the back of this, thing collapses. But I use this all the time aboard Little Girl, and love it. Now, the main thing I came to this episode about was actually talking about sharpening, because I happen to need sharpening with this right now. Since my last trip down to the Cape, I've not had a chance to do this. I've been 1,000 things going on. I just got back from a trip down to Tennessee from the birth of my daughter's daughter, my granddaughter. Everything came out great. I'm just really happy for them. They have 6 boys. This is their first daughter, and they stopped, by the way. But anyway, I've had this in my pocket, used it so many times, and every time I take it out and I use it, I think, oh, I need to sharpen this thing. So I'm finally getting to it this morning. I want to talk about sharpening. And really, that's the whole point of this episode, that I'm going to talk to you about, the whole business of how to sharpen a knife and keep it sharp. Many, many long years ago, I bought this. It's an Arkansas soft stone. Actually, it's a medium stone. It's called an Arkansas soft. It's by Washita. And I have used this so much, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see this or not, that there's an actual cup in this for all the years and years and years that I have been using this. And I love this stone. And anyway, I bought this when I was an art student at Hardy University. I was majoring in art, and I used my knife all the time for different projects, different things I was working on. And anyway, this thing has seen a lot of knife edges over the years. And this is the one I went to for many, many years, and I lost it. And I could not find the thing anywhere. And I'm sure that you would not be able to find this particular, even the plastic case is all cracked and everything. I still keep it in that more out of a memento than anything, but I use it. So I doubt that you're going to find something like this, but this you can find. This is a Smith, and it comes in its own little pouch. I think actually Boy Scouts of America have some sort of tie-in with these guys. But this is a Smith stone. And again, actually it is an Arkansas soft. It's a medium grade, but it's called an Arkansas soft. And when I lost this one, I went out and bought this one. And the reason the Boy Scouts, by the way, that like this is that it comes with a belt clip on it, a little nylon pouch, Velcroed, great little sharpener stone. And You can get these for $8 on the internet. I don't know if you get them. I don't know. You'll have to check. But it's just called a Smith whetstone. Look it up. You can find it. It works great. So that being said, I'm going to set to doing a little bit of sharpening here. One of the things that I've recently ran out of was my my old 3-in-1 oil. I had one of those little cans of 3-in-1 oil. Initially, there were tin cans way back in the day. My grandfather had one. My dad had one. By the time I got to buying one, they were all plastic, but shaped about the same. And I ran out of that stuff, and I looked everywhere for it. And I'm sure you're going to be able to find it if you go to the right place. But I've been searching for a place around here locally. And yesterday I found by Liquid Wrench in a grocery store of all places, this little container of light machine oil. And basically it'll do the same job. You don't want heavy motor oil or anything like that when you're sharpening, but you do need a lubricant on the surface. And what it does, it gives you lubrication as you're honing down with your blade, but it also helps to keep the metal filings in suspension so that they don't lock down into the grit of your stone. And you want something light enough that when you're all done, you can take a rag and clean it off, and you're all done, and you put it back in the pouch, and you're set for the next time. Well, I'm going to use both of these. I'm going to try for the first time, by the way. I have not tried this yet. I took the lid off last night and got everything set up for this morning. I'm going to try a little bit of this. When they say light machine oil, I'm taking their word for it. If you look at all the to-do things, how to sharpen, you're going to find that most of them will tell you to take and start at one end. And yeah, that's right. You just take at one end and go the length of the thing, pulling away. By the way, getting your blade at the right angle, and that's something that you're just going to have to learn. I've sharpened so many blades over so many years, I don't even think about it anymore. So get some. Oh yeah, that's going to work great. Okay, no problem. I'm going to kind of spread that around. Okay, they tell you to just start at one end. And when you're done, and by the way, keeping your fingers out of the line of fire, down below the surface of the stone, bring it back toward you and do that. And okay, that's with my modern stone, and I have had it many years, and I've been more, let's put it this way, I've treated it better than my original stone. But the reason I like my original stone is I don't use the whole length of the stone to do the sharpening. I have it in such a way that scoop out area is designated, and I'm coming off the side. I'll tell you what, when it comes to getting a good sharp edge, I like my old stone. This will work great, and if you can buy these, like I said, for about $8 over the internet, and maybe you can get them at a local hardware store. I don't know, but it's by Smith whetstones. Like I said, you'll find it. And hang on just a minute. I'm just going to use a towel that I've got here. I'm not going to mess with. Let's see. That's nowhere, not even close to how I like it. I'll wipe that off in a few minutes. I'm going to go back to my original stone. I bought this in a little hardware store in Searcy, Arkansas, many years ago. I was an art student, and anyway, love it. You know what? I need to hold this up, don't I? And see, I'm right in that hollow. And you can see how I don't need to use the whole length of the stone, because I'm holding it back here, which keeps my fingers out of the way. And I've got it out here with that hollow area. and it perfectly matches the contour of my knife as I bring it forward and bring it back. And I'll tell you what, using a short blade knife like this, man, it just works. It works. All right, let's check that out. I can tell already. Oh yeah. All right. Well, listen, I'm going to do a little bit more work on this, but I know this is not a regular episode really of Restoring Little Girl, although the episode that got this whole thing started a long time ago, I think it was last fall, was when this little monster cut my finger really bad. Because it collapsed on me, and I just decided, well, let's just go ahead and do an episode about knives and what to look for. Again, get yourself a lock blade knife, okay? You don't want to get a folding blade that's going to collapse on you and put you in jeopardy, put your fingers in jeopardy. So, okay, just let you know what's coming up. Now that I finally have 1,000 different things behind me, all these different things I had been going on through the early summer here, we're about to get started on the cushions. They're right over there. I've got all of the material ready to go, and my apologies for not having an episode for a while here with Restoring Little Girl, but I mean, it's just been extremely hectic. Just crazy, busy summer. And but with that all behind me, I really hope to very quickly be able to get to work, and we'll have a new episode coming up shortly of work that I'm going to be doing on getting the cushion covers done for little girls. So anyway, hey, thanks for stopping by Restoring Little Girl, and we'll see you in the next episode. Take care, and thanks for your faithfulness and staying by me. I just had a new subscriber, and okay, I went and did that because I did not want to neglect something I'm going to begin from here on out, and that's to thank my subscribers. And I just want to thank John Flynn. He just subscribed yesterday, and John, thank you for coming aboard, and hope you stay with me. I now have up to, and I know this is a small amount, but keep in mind I am a restoration guy, restoring an old sailboat. And you'd think I have more, but I now have, thank you, John, 60 subscribers. And John, thank you for rounding out the number, and hope you stay with us for a long time. Hey, and to all the rest of my subscribers, thank you so much. I know it's taken a long time with everything that I've been doing aboard Little Girl, 2 years now, and you guys have all stuck with me, and I really appreciate it. And we'll kind of keep on doing this till we get her in the water. So, hey, great talking to you, and hope this has been a little bit instructional, and look forward to making another trip to the Cape soon. But the next episode is going to be about getting those cushion covers done for Little Girls. So, all right. Thanks for stopping by, and see you in the next episode. Well, that knife just folded on me and cut the crap out of my finger. Anyway.